you can say something, I'm back from it. To it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe as you always. Watch full video.
No way.
Oh my god! $242 million! Do you know how much money that is?
I wake up, flex on.
If y'all had all that money, what is the first thing that you're buying? Let me know in the comment section. Me, I guess a house. Yeah. First thing I'm buying. I'm not even gonna rush into it. I'm gonna make sure I find somewhere I know for sure that this is not, a big chunk of the money, and I still have a lot more. Cause hey, with that type of money, you still need to invest in something. Like I always wanted to, like buy a piece of a company and just let it is. And just get just get my change. Like I take 3%. Just give me 3% of a company, bro. I'm good. I'm not greedy, bro. I'm not a greedy person. Give me 3% of a company. I'm gonna make it last. I'm gonna try to make sure I start some other companies up. I do got a company I want to start, bro. Man, dog. If I just don't know how to do it. That's the sad part. I don't know how to do it, but I guarantee if I was able to make this company, it would take over a lot of things.
Down that check, no drip is. Tell them money,
It's the 19th of August 2024, the day a group of young adults carried out one of the largest crypto heists ever recorded. 20-year-old Malone Lem, 18-year-old Vir Chattal, 21-year-old Jendiel Serrano, Danish Khan, and Chen. These kids targeted a single Genesis creditor who had no idea they were about to lose a staggering $230 million worth of Bitcoin. But how did they pull it off? Were they expert hackers with advanced coding skills? Well, it was much simpler than it seems. These scammers did something very clever. They hacked into basic human nature.
That's why you gotta watch out, bro, because people be sneaky, dog.
It all began with a phone call, a seemingly harmless contact from Google support. But this call wasn't from Google at all. Using a spoof number, Vir Chattal, also known as Wiz, convinced the victim that their personal accounts had been compromised. With this false sense of urgency, he gained access to the victim.
Bro, why would Google be calling you? Why? That's why one. I don't answer unknown numbers, and I for sure don't answer 1-800 numbers. No, because these companies do not call you, bruh. They do not call you. They like, if anything, you might get a text, but then again, even then, you still gotta don't hit the link, because that link might be the hack right there. Like I had somebody they hit my Instagram, and they was telling me basically, like, you know how if you end up liking somebody's picture, somebody DM you, oh, you won this because you was this number like and whatever. So I'm like, man, I like me. I'm like, I ain't gonna say I'm very, very tuned to like people trying to scam me, but I always go my first mind. If my first mind says no, then I already know I'm not going for it. So like, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna act like I'm going for it. He get the you won this, and it's I think he said like 40,000 or something like that. Like it was racks. It was racks. I forgot exactly what I told him, but I got him to answer the phone. I called, because on in the DM you can call. This idiot answered the phone. He answered it. The camera was facing towards the ground. It was dirt, and then he turned around. It was like, sad to say, but it was somebody living in a hut. Like, bro, like I'm like, as a demon person, like, bro, like that's scandalous that you're up here trying to scam people. Like, obviously you're not doing that great, and you're trying to scam somebody else who's not doing that great either. Like that's very, very wrong. Like, karma is very, very, very real. People gotta understand that.
Gmail and iCloud, where he gathered key security information. Another call followed, this time from Jendiel Serrano, aka Box, claiming to be a representative from Gemini, the crypto exchange the victim used. The victim was tricked into believing their account was under attack. Under pressure and convinced they needed to act fast, the victim reset their two-factor authentication settings, giving the thieves the access they needed to take control of the Gemini account, quickly sending funds to a compromised wallet. The situation was spiraling, but the victim had no idea. When he was asked to use AnyDesk, a remote access software, it seemed like another step in securing their assets, but in reality it was the final blow. As the victim unknowingly shared the screen, the private keys to their Bitcoin wallet were exposed, and in just a few clicks, the digital fortune was transferred into the hands of the thieves.
Oh wow. Wow, I see
No
it.
way. No f***ing way.
I see it, bro.
It's on the blockchain. It's on the blockchain, bro.
No
That's crazy, bruh. Why did y'all record this? And then two, it's a movie. The bee something. I forgot what's the name of the movie. The bee trap, the honey bee, something, bruh. But the dude did the same thing. It's a whole company of people doing this. They're getting thousands of dollars from people, bruh. And it was this one lady. She was a church lady. She had the church's account, like she was their financial person. It's I think she had millions or racks in the account, but it took her account, her savings account, everything, bruh. And then she unlived herself. I was like, bro, that's sad as hell, bro. That's no matter of fact, she didn't. I'm tripping. I forgot what she did, but she ended up in the hospital. Or was she unalive? I think she was unalive. I think she was. People gotta stop doing that because that's not right, bro. Like if you're able to do that, that means you have some type of intelligence. Go get into computer security, something. That's what you just finessed her for. You could have got that in probably like 2 or 3 years, live well below your means, saved everything, and got exactly that in cash or hard-earned money, and you feel better about it. Trust me. As a person that comes from nothing, you feel great when you accomplish a goal, especially when you come from nothing.
way.
Oh my god!
That's
Oh my
crazy.
god!
In a private
Why
video,
would
they
y'all-
recorded the live reactions to the successful transfer of 4,064 bitcoins valued at over $230 million at the time, clearly excited as they watched the millions flow into their wallets. How did they manage to pull off such a heist? How could
That's
someone
crazy.
with that much wealth be deceived so easily? And
Oh.
why will they record themselves in the act of committing such a massive crime? These are
That's
questions that
Discord,
might
too.
never be fully answered, but one thing was
Or
clear.
Twitch.
The money was now in the hands of the criminals, and they knew their work wasn't done yet. Exactly 17 minutes after, they quickly set about laundering the money. To make it harder for authorities to track the stolen crypto, they split the Bitcoin into smaller amounts and transferred it across 15 different exchanges, a common tactic known as pill chains. The idea was to break the large transactions into smaller ones, making them harder to trace. Bitcoin was swapped for Litecoin, Litecoin was swapped for Ethereum, and Ethereum was swapped for Monero. The process
know
took
what none of
several
that
days,
stuff is.
with constant swapping between different currencies and exchanges, further obscuring the trail.
Go to the top right, the settings bar.
Y'all recording everything. These obviously these must be people who met in a chat on Twitch or in a Discord, and they just became friends. Because that's probably why it's all online. They probably don't know each other personally. But again, if y'all are able to do this, y'all transferring money around. Y'all was smart enough to think, oh, we gotta break the money apart, so hopefully they can't find it. We gotta split it this way, bro. That's a lot of intelligence. That is a lot of intelligence right there. And forget that's sad. You rather be a criminal and think you could have earned it the illegal way, when you could have earned it the legit way and got more longevity money. It's longevity when it's legit. When it's illegal, bro, it's gonna come to an end. It's gonna come to an end one day. And when it comes to an end one day, they taking everything, not just the money. They taking what you bought, who you gave it to.
Settings. No, not that. Like the swap settings. Set custom recipient. No, bro. What the hell? Do 998.
Dark, bro, you're so horrible.
You can't.
Everything recorded.
Busy kid.
Everything. Your
How to get
voice,
right.
Soon enough,
Who
all the
said who
stolen
to do
money was
what?
now clean money, ready to be spent, and the criminals didn't hold back.
Slow.
The day before the heist even took place, they were already planning on how to spend their fortune, sharing links with each other on Telegram of expensive luxury clothes they wanted to purchase, from brands like Louis Vuitton, Givenchy, and Philippe Plein. While most of the crew chose to play it safe, keeping a low profile and resisting the temptation to splurge, one man couldn't help but stand out. His name? Malone Lamb. Malone.
He already knew. He like, bro, like, we gotta have fun with it now. Because for the most, I'm not saying go do it, but for the most part, with certain people, it's like you do all this, and then yeah, you might go to jail, but the jail time don't be that long. So it's like, was it worth it or was it not?
Malone was based in LA, and the moment he got his hands on the money, he wasted no time diving headfirst into a luxurious lifestyle. Everything he had once watched wealthy people enjoy was now within his reach, ready to become his new reality. Nightclubs became his second home. Almost every night, he hit a club, spending ridiculous amounts of money on VIP sections and bottle services. His bar tabs were unbelievable, some nights costing $265,000, $300,000, and even more than $500,000 in a single night. If you were in one of those clubs, you couldn't miss him.
Hey, yo, Malone, he going real crazy like it's your birthday.
His name will be flashing on signs, and DJs
That's
will shout his
crazy.
name, giving him all the attention.
This is what I do not want to do, bruh. People gotta understand, like, yes, like, look. At the end of the day, we all deserve to live like this, like, legitly live like this, and have expensive things that that we deserve, that we want. But always remember, this type of attention draws negative people too.
He quickly became everyone's favorite, because whenever he was around, everyone got to drink for free. He threw around cash like it was nothing, and one time he even handed a DJ a massive 6-liter bottle of Golden Ace of Spades champagne, which could cost anywhere from $25,000 to $60,000. Another time he tipped a DJ $2,000 and had all the unopened bottles in the club sent straight to his house.
He even tipped me $2,000. When I tell you the amount of bottles he sent me that I took home, brand new, everything sealed, brand new.
But as fun as LA was, it still didn't feel like enough.
I guess
He
live it up
craved
until it's over.
more attention, more luxury, more extravagance. So what did he do? He chartered a private jet to Miami. There, he took his spending to a whole new level. In Miami, Malone settled in a waterfront mansion. This place wasn't just any house. It was a $10.5 million estate with
Bro, he had the for sure thing that they was good. They was not going to get caught. Because, bruh, if you doing all this, mind you, they already said you already spent close to $500,000 in the club, and that was just one night. So that means you got some millions up out of this situation, bruh. You supposed to be in a place where there's no extradition. You supposed to be getting a face change, voice change, everything. Yo, get your fingerprints redid, everything. You're supposed to be in MIA. You're supposed to be gone. Nobody's supposed to know who you are. And still living good somewhere else. Whole retirement island. You good, girl. Living it up, doing whatever that brings you fun. Dumb.
$62,000
dumb,
a
bro.
month rental
Young
price
and
tag.
dumb, 20
This
years
mansion
old.
was massive,
Not
covering
thinking.
over 8,500 square feet, with 25 feet ceilings, 10 bedrooms, and a huge pool with a jacuzzi. It had 2 big front gates and a garage with a spacious driveway that was later filled with expensive supercars and luxury vehicles. Malone bought a black Mansory SF90, a white Lamborghini Urus, a fully kitted out white Mansory Lamborghini Urus with baby blue interior, a matte black Lamborghini Revuelto, the new Porsche 911 GT3 RS, the new Ferrari SUV in black, 2 Mercedes-Benz G-Class.
The only thing about all that, they come and snatch all that. Everything. It's fun. You got it. Hey, live it up until it's over. But none of this stuff he's gonna have when he comes home. None of it.
One in grey, one wrapped with matte black camo, and
You'll be able to say he
matte
did it,
black
though.
and pink Rolls Royce Dawn, a blue BMW M4, another Lamborghini Revuelto in matte grey, a blue Lamborghini Urus, an all-white wide-body kit Lamborghini Aventador SVJ with Malone's name written on the bottom of the door, a matte black Ferrari 812 Superfast, another Lamborghini Aventador SVJ in blue, a pink Urus,
He bought all them cars.
which Malone
for
originally
nothing.
bought as a gift for his ex-girlfriend to try to get her back, but got rejected again.
Well, I got you a present. We'll call it early birthday present. Thank you for the gift. I appreciate you so much. I'm taking once again. Come on, bruh. See, people gotta understand. Money cannot. It don't make you a real one. It does not make you a real one. Just because you got money does not mean that you're real. Just because you got money does not mean that you're not an F-boy. Just because you got money does not mean that you are a lame. Just because you got money does not mean that you are not a sucker. See, she still saw through that. She see it. She alright. Yeah, that's a car. It's probably my favorite one. It's very expensive. She probably see him going up because she probably can tag. This is the ex. He's probably sending her things, and it meant nothing. The dude that she with probably got a regular 9 to 5. Come on, bruh. See, money don't mean everything to everybody. Yes, we all needed to do the things that we need to do and that we want to do, but money is not. It's not everything. Time, because time. That's something that we will never truly have. But time, family, love, friends. That's important.
A fully black carbon fiber McLaren 765 LT, a blue Pagani Huayra, and many more cars. If you didn't realize it by now, Malone was always rolling with fashion. He rocked high-end designer pieces like Louis Vuitton and Givenchy. His style was expensive, with the most expensive piece of clothing being the Moncler Maya 70 by Paul Manges jacket, which alone cost $50,000 or more. But after all this wasted money on clubs and cars, Malone finally decided to invest his money in timeless pieces that would hold their value over time, like these Cuban link chain bracelets filled with
taking
diamonds,
all that.
a Richard Mille covered in diamonds, and a diamond ring for each one of his fingers. One Richard Mille wasn't enough, of course, so he bought multiple. Even his glasses had diamonds.
Yo, don't take no video.
Malone wasn't just a millionaire obsessed with himself. He had a generous side, often using his wealth to give back to others in need. He bought 5 Birkin bags and gave them away to random girls at the club. One of these lucky ladies was a model named Olivia Allen.
Guys, I can't even make this up when I say that I just woke up to a Birkin in my bedroom because a man gave it to me in the club last night.
A man. Don't even know your
So I
name.
can go clubbing.
Another lucky lady who got
Don't even know your
was
name.
famous TikTok star Sky Bree.
Me and my 2 girlfriends walk over to the section, and this kid, I'm gonna refer to him as like a kid. I mean, he was definitely over the age of 18.
Doesn't even know your name. Come on, bruh. Sky, hey, she bad though. Sky bad. Hey, she got a pretty cat. I'm gonna say that. She got a pretty cat. But she don't even know your name. You did all that. You gave this girl what? Birkin bags probably what? $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 purse, and she don't even know you. Does not remember your name. She will remember you as a kid in the club who gave me a bag. Idiot. Fellas, take notes. Do not lead with the bag. Unless you really just trying to flex. If you just trying to flex, hey, have fun. But if you're trying to, have a moment to where people remember you, you want to crush something, you want her to come back, you want her to want to stick around for you and not for what you got, don't leave with the bag.
He looked pretty young. He comes towards me and he's like, I got this for you.
She ended up saying she didn't like it.
It's beautiful, but to be honest, it's not really my style.
What?
$27,500. She don't even want it. She finna get it. It's finna sit in the closet, or she finna give it to a friend.
Malone was busy making
Again,
his
if you
name
just trying to
known,
flex it,
flaunting
hey.
his wealth at every turn. He was also drawing the wrong kind of attention. His outrageous spending, paired with his desire to be noticed, made it easier for authorities and blockchain experts to track him down. Investigators, including prominent figures like Zach XPT, were closely watching the flow of the stolen funds, tracing each move as he splurged on cars, clubs, and luxury items. The more he spent, the more obvious it became that his newfound fortune was linked to the heist, and soon enough, the walls started closing in.
People, I'm sorry I'm doing so much spoilers at this point now. Kinda, not really. But when you do things like this, like, bro, people do not learn from most movies are based on actual events. Something happened. Something happened, and the person who wrote the movie, was like, oh yeah, matter of fact, let me make a movie out of that. It probably wasn't exactly everything, but take notes. Look at what was it, American Gangster? When his girl, look, he was good, making racks, making money, good. When his girl gave him that expensive hat, that expensive jacket, it was over. Who is that? Who is that? Now you got attention on you that you don't even need, that you don't even want. Now it's over. Now it's over. Idiot, bro. If you was gonna do all this, I don't know. Like me personally, if I was to come across that money, a mansion with a back house for certain family members, and then invest into some companies. Probably 3 old school cars, two new cars, and that's it. That's it, bro.
Malone thought he was untouchable, but behind the scenes, law enforcement and experts like Zach XPT were already connecting the dots. Through his flashy spending, investigators tracked large transactions linked to the stolen Bitcoin, using blockchain analysis to map out the movement of funds. What's more, both Box and Wiz slipped up during the process of laundering the funds. On several occasions, they accidentally leaked the stolen funds with their personal assets. Wiz, for example, also leaked his full name during a screen recording, while Box reused deposit addresses, making it easier to trace the funds back to them. These mistakes, combined with recorded conversations and digital footprints, painted a clear picture of the criminals' activities. By mid-September 2024, the FBI and other authorities had gathered enough evidence to act. On the 19th of September, federal agents raided Malone's Miami mansion, where he was arrested, surrounded by all the luxuries he had bought with a stolen fortune.
We hear boom, and we thought that was shooting in the neighborhood, and we saw a lot of police. This was something that never happened in this neighborhood. Most of the time was a lot of party. It was party because I can hear from my house the music.
It was a stark contrast. Malone, who had lived like a king for just a short while, was now being led away in handcuffs. Authorities were able to freeze over $9 million in stolen funds, with $500,000 already returned to the victim. However, a significant portion of the stolen money remains in cryptocurrency wallets. At the time of making this video, $21 million linked to Box is still sitting in one wallet, while Virch et al., also known as Wiz, has around $39 million tied up to his account. Additionally, $4 million of Malone's funds remain untouched in another wallet. But what happened to everything else he bought? The cars, the clubs, the private jets, and all the flashy stuff. See, when a criminal buys luxury items,
the only thing, hey, again, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a cop, I don't know. So if y'all know about crypto, or if you know about the law, that money that he said that they still had in them crypto account, are they going to be able to spend it one day, or is the police just waiting for them to try to spend it, and then they're gonna come back and arrest them?
like cars, with stolen money later gets arrested, the government steps in and seizes those assets through a process called asset forfeiture. This allows law enforcement to take control of anything purchased with illegally obtained funds, such as cars, houses, or expensive jewelry. Once these assets are seized, they are usually put up for auction. In many cases, dealerships or buyers, including the same dealer who originally sold the cars, can purchase them again, often at a lower price than they were initially sold for. The money made from these auctions then is used in a couple of ways. A portion of it will go toward compensating the victims of the crime, helping to recover some of the stolen funds, while another portion could be used to cover the cost of the investigation and legal proceedings. If the victim is lucky, he can get 50 to 65% back after the auction and administrative fees, the cut the investigators will get. However, in Malone's case, 3 of the cars he purchased, the Mandarin Lamborghini Urus, the Lamborghini Revuelto, and the Porsche 911 GT3 RS, were later transported to LA following his arrest. These cars were spotted by EFF Spot, a popular YouTuber who is known for his rare and expensive car spotting videos. In this particular video, both the Revuelto and the Porsche appeared with noticeable damage. The Revuelto had significant front-end damage, while the Porsche was dented in the rear, suggesting that the Revuelto had likely rear-ended the Porsche. This kind of damage will undoubtedly decrease the value of these cars when they go to auction, significantly reducing the amount the victim could recover. The same process will apply to the clothes, jewelry, watches, and designer glasses that Malone purchased. These luxury items are likely to be seized by authorities and auctioned off as part of the asset recovery process. High-end Malone watches, such as his Richard Mille pieces, are particularly valuable and could bring in significant amounts at auction. While
they
his
hold
other
their
clothes
money.
typically depreciate in value, Malone's expensive pieces will still hold enough worth to help recover the funds for the victim. As for the wild spending in clubs, that money is pretty much gone. When you blow $500,000 in a single night on bottle services and VIP sections, the clubs aren't held responsible for giving it back, especially if they had
it's
no
over for that
Same
stuff.
goes for the private jets. Those jet companies provided a legitimate service, so the money Malone spent on his flights is long gone. In conclusion, while most of the big ticket items can be seized and auctioned, much of what Malone spent on services like clubs and private
He
jets
lived it up.
is
No matter how, no matter how long it takes. Sometimes I be feeling like they be letting you go that long so you can build up more and more charges so they can finally just wash you away.